Hello everyone, my name is Julia. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is all about 5 easy ways that you can implement Montessori philosophies and practices at home for cheap or basically cheap. Okay, let's get into it with my number 1 tip, which is to go outside as much as you can and in as many weather types as you can, of course, as long as it's safe. Going outside is a central part to Maria Montessori's original philosophy regarding how a child absorbs and learns. Now, there are tons of research studies and books and videos out there on the benefit of fresh air for your child. In a nutshell, from a Montessori standpoint, when a child can use all their senses in a natural or outside setting, they're gaining so much more than just a concept. They are absorbing the world around them, experiencing freedom and free play, and are finding ways to gain deep peace. Number 2 today is to read to your child. Read 1 book a day, or 5. Reading to your child, even once a day, is not only wonderful, intimate, face-to-face time, but it is also central to developing language and vocabulary skills. Moreover, although in the Montessori method, writing is usually taught before reading, or they are sometimes taught simultaneously depending on how you've been trained, remember that throughout their infancy and toddlerhood, your child has already become an expert at listening to the musicality of the language when you read, and then that becomes kind of like a muscle memory in itself when their interest in learning how to read and write begins, and their interest is already piqued because you've been doing it for so long. Tip number 3 today is to support independent play. No matter what kind of play it is, as long as it's not destructive. It could be playing with a pot, it could be water play, it could be focused academic kind of play. No matter what it is, support your child by leaving them alone. If they're playing on their own, it means that they are absorbed in their task, and you leaving them alone is the best kind of support that you can give them to let them go through that entire cycle of starting, finishing, and the aftermath of whatever task or problem they are trying to solve. My number 4 tip is to have some sort of peace corner in your house. Sometimes, depending on how much space you have in your home, this might just be the kids' bedrooms, as it is in my case. However, a peace corner can be just a quiet section in some spare room or in the living room somewhere, perhaps even, where anyone in the family, a child or you as a parent, can go, and where everyone knows that when somebody goes there, it is for some peaceful, quiet time to maybe recuperate after some big feelings, or to maybe work through something just on their own. This is a space where somebody can go to vent or to just be in privacy. Okay, and my final tip for you today is more of just a reminder. It's more just a daily reminder that if you are interested, or you've already started in adopting Montessori philosophies and practices at home, or you've invested in some sort of Montessori education for your child, that just to remember that Montessori has become super commercialized. Remember that what you see posted on social media or in very snapshot kind of videos is an idealized and often usually commercially oriented kind of portrayal of Montessori. And remember that behind those pristine pictures and those beautiful little videos are messes and tantrums and sighs and some parents losing their temper sometimes, and constant cleanups, and maybe kids who need to be out of the house in order for those pristine pictures to happen. Just remember that that's what you don't see, and that it's my central message, which I've said in several videos too, which is you don't need all the fancy things in order to implement Montessori philosophy and to raise your child to become a kind, compassionate member of society. It does not depend on the type of fancy toys that you give them. rather what you do with them and for them in every other aspect of their social and emotional lives. Just remember that the ultimate goal for Maria Montessori when she designed her curriculum 130 odd years ago and then proceeded to perfect it was to groom and to educate and inspire peacekeepers and social activists. Remember that this is a woman who was kicked out of her country by a fascist regime for being too forward-thinking. Remember that this is the first female doctor in all of Italy. She knew Gandhi on a personal level. So her goals for education were far beyond what is portrayed or shown in today's world. So if your journey into Montessori has some hiccups, I hope that this video has given you a little bit warm and fuzzies, and I'm giving you a big thumbs up because just even wanting to start by investing your time and your energy into learning about Montessori and sort of the umbrella platform which Montessori philosophies and practices operate under, and how Montessori practices can tie into other areas of respectful parenting that you've learned about, that is amazing. And that is such a gift already for your kids. Just remember, you're an awesome parent or future adult in a child's life if you're not a parent. And clearly, you're not an idiot either. Otherwise, you wouldn't be investing so much of your time in trying to learn about all of this. So I hope today's video has been helpful for you in some way. And I want you to stay safe and stay sane and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching.